recently. Organizations such as Teens Take Charge and Integrate New York joined up with lawyers, and they decided to sue the state and the city to get rid of, to eliminate gifted and talented and screened programs, along with the SHSAT. These same groups, actually, we're familiar with them because these same groups joined the city as defendants in our lawsuit, Crystal McAuliffe Intermediate School PTO versus de Blasio, to fight the SHST and expansion of the discovery program that we are litigating in federal court. So now they filed their own lawsuit to get rid of these programs. And in response to that, a parent organization called defendinged.org was formed by like-minded parents who want to maintain and expand these programs. They teamed up with constitutional attorneys and they filed a motion in federal court, in the same court, to allow the court to let them act as co-defendants in the case, right? The same thing that Teens Take Charge did with our lawsuit, defendinged.org is doing with their lawsuit against the state and the city. Why would they do that? Well, they would do that because they believe that the city is not going to rigorously defend this lawsuit, right? Based upon their statements, based upon their actions in the past year, based upon all of these things that they've done to try to dismantle screen schools and gifted and talented programs and make those programs more difficult to continue. So now, by having a parent organization go in with the city as co-defendants, they are forced to rigorously defend this lawsuit. And if they fail to do so, they would be liable to be sued by defendinged.org for failing to adequately defend this case, right? I think it's called inadequate counsel. Okay, so that's where we are. I know it's really in the weeds. It's confusing. There are some really, really interesting aspects of it. I wish Ms. Siddiqui was here, and some of our law teachers. I think they would find it very, very interesting. What's really good about using a parent organization, defendinged.org, is that what the city sometimes does is the city sometimes plays a waiting game. They drag their feet, and then the individuals involved, the entities involved, well, they age out, right? They graduate, they go on to other things, and the city says, well, you know what, you're no longer relevant because your individuals aged out and now you don't have standing anymore. Well, by having this parent organization and suing on behalf of this parent organization, as parents graduate out, other parents come in. Okay, so they won't be able to drag their feet and use that as a legal strategy to get us thrown off and to settle this case, right? Because that's what we think they will do. They'll just throw their arms up and they'll say, oh, well, we're getting sued. Nothing we can do. We're just going to eliminate gifted and talented. We're just going to get rid of schools like Crystal McAuliffe because, oh, we have to. We're getting sued. So they cannot do that now. They have to rigorously defend this case, assuming, of course, that the judge approves defendinged.org to be co-defendants. Another interesting thing is the parents involved in this particular case, the current parents. There are a handful of them, I think, parents A, B, C, D, E. Well, they're listed anonymously when there's nothing that requires them to be anonymous. They don't have to be anonymous, but the attorneys were informed by some of them that they were afraid, right? They were afraid to be known. They don't have to be known, but the fact that parents or individuals in this country have to be afraid to exercise their rights for injunctive relief in our court system because they might be accused of whatever, that is unconscionable. That's what that is. That is unconscionable. That shouldn't happen in this country. every single person in this country should be able to avail themselves of either the civil or criminal justice system without fear of reprisal. Okay? And if you were to look at that filing, you would see parent A, parent B, parent C, etc. And if you would read the description of those parents, you might find that a parent there sounded familiar. A parent there with that parent's daughter, specifically. And let me tell you something. If the time comes, if the right time comes, that parent and that parent's daughter will both be proud to identify themselves and to speak on this case and other cases like it. Because that parent and other like-minded parents and other like-minded citizens of all ethnicities, of all races, of all backgrounds believe that the way to decrease inequity in this city is not by eliminating these programs, but rather by expanding them. Okay, so you keep an eye out for that. Defendinged.org. Their website is coming up, I believe. They're going to establish it. They're going to get it going. Take a look, see if there's something that you want to support. Okay, and thank you for your time. I guess that's it. And we'll see you soon.